Now, I know some of you might just be on Facebook and not on anything else. I know some of you may shun social media altogether because you feel like it's a waste of time. I can tell you, from an expert point of view, it's not a waste of time if you're using it the right way to be yourself and to engage people. Because that small, comment to somebody who has said something on your post could lead to $1 million contract in the future. It takes time, relationship building. It may seem like a no-brainer because everybody works with marketing on a daily basis. But what I want to instill in you is a sense of, okay, I want to take the no-brainer stuff and add another layer to it, and figure out how, from your perspective, how you can grow your own businesses using social media. What I'm going to do is go through this fairly quickly. Everything's on the worksheet, and then let's spend some time. And I think where your information will be most valuable is asking me questions about what I know about social media in general, and some more finer-tuned details that are not included in here. I said the rules are changing. Well, sort of. The social media rules change on a daily basis. The algorithms that these social media companies use change on an almost daily basis. They don't admit it. Sometimes they'll say, oh, a new algorithm's been released, or we made some tweaks. They'll say little things, but really a lot of this, the algorithms are based on machine learning. And there are companies out there who have admitted that they have no idea how their algorithms work, which is scary, but that means that things are changing on a daily basis. That being said, I don't want you guys to overwhelm yourself. Don't get overwhelmed by the fact that things are changing so often that I can't keep up, that you don't know what to do. I'm going to give you some basic rules to live by that'll help you overcome the changes, that will help you do what these companies want you to do naturally anyway. With these companies, why they change their algorithms is A, for profit, but B, also because there's scammers out there who figure out how to build the system, use it to their own way, and then they make some changes so that that doesn't happen. What I'm going to tell you is to be authentic to yourself, number one, because that's what they want. They want you to be authentic to yourself. And they prioritize people and accounts and media that are more authentic to themselves. So in here I say selfies, link shares, video live. If you're not comfortable or are forcing something to be on trend, then it will appear fake. People don't like working with fake. And so from a small business perspective, make sure that what you're posting is relevant to you, that doesn't feel forced from the perspective of somebody else. We all agree that we think, we know what we're doing with our own stuff, but you're not your own client, you're not your own customer. And so you need to step outside, think about what they would perceive as being authentic to yourself, and do that. It's the easiest, number one thing you can do on social media to be relevant and to get followers. 2, know your target market. Again, you're not your own customers and clients. I am giving a tip in here. Start collecting URLs and bits of information about your current and desired customers in a central location. A lot of business owners, especially retail owners, I find, people who open boutiques and things like that, they're very surprised when they're not their own customer. They figure, well, I came up with the idea, then I'm my customer. No, wrong. Your customer is often somebody that is vastly different from yourself. So take the time, look at who's coming in the store, learn about them, and start building your own repository of information that you can refer back to. Number 3, this one is a little controversial. I say tools can be your best friend. Now, almost nobody in this room is a social media manager. I think we can all agree to that. You don't have time to sit and monitor your social media on a daily basis. Social media managers and people who own social media companies, 100% of the time, are going to say, do not use tools. Because they feel like tools will lower in the rankings in social media. My point is, even though that may be the case, I'm not saying it's not, my point is you don't have time to sit there and post every day, once or twice a day, across all of your accounts. Use a tool. There are many of them out there to help you preload. You can spend 2 hours a month, preload your social media, schedule it, and get it done, and then at least you have an appearance. I guarantee you that you will have every intention of posting something once a day, and then there are going to be days where you forget, and then it's going to be a week, and then it's going to be a month. So my point is, don't be afraid to use a tool that can help make your lives easier as business owners, so that you can do the things that you need to do to make money, but still appear and be relevant in social media. There is a list. There is a link in here that you can type out, and I have to remember to actually put it into the thing, into the group. But it's a complete list of social media tools. Take time, look through them, figure out which one suits you best. If you're more of an Instagram person, Instagram has different rules about pre-scheduling posts. And so some tools do not include Instagram in it. Some tools include Pinterest. Some are Twitter only. So figure out what accounts are best for you and your company, and then use tools that support that. Fourth one, engagement is relationship building. Respond to every comment as quickly as possible. People who comment show an interest in you. Grab a hold of the opportunity to cultivate that exchange into a long-term relationship. I think that's pretty clear cut. You know, we're all here to do that, but in person. And there's no reason why you can't do this on social media as well. Yesterday, I was going through I was scrolling through my feed, and I saw a post by one of my friends about some vitamin that can help you, lose weight. I like her, so I put a little heart on it, and I said, good luck. I was contacted by somebody that worked for that company who just saw that I liked it. And that person said, hey, would you like to know more? Do that. Engage. Look at the comments. There is actually an anecdotally supported information from social media managers, full-time managers, who say that a response or any posts on any of your things, 5 words or more, gets higher rankings on social media algorithms so that it appears more frequently. My point is, if somebody says, beautiful photo, don't just respond with thanks. Respond to them with something insightful or something, interesting, like, yeah, my family and I were out, we thought we'd take this photo so we can remember it in the future. It's more than 5 words. It's going to help that photo that you posted originally rank higher because it's showing more engagement on the photo. The 5th one, listen to the experts. These people get paid to have an in-depth knowledge about what works and what doesn't. Take advantage of what they know. I'm countering that with number 6, ignore the experts. Experts may appear to know everything, but they don't know you or your customers. Take their advice as exactly that. Look at your analytics and tweak based on your specific experiences. I do social media. I'm not a social media manager. I know a lot of social media managers. You're going to go on the internet and you're going to find a million bloggers who are social media managers, and they are going to give you so many details about social media, it's going to put you on overload. And I don't want you to feel like it's impossible. Ignore them. If it's too much information, ignore them. There might be kernels of insights that they can provide that are relevant to you. They might not. But scan them, listen to them occasionally, take the pieces that are interesting and insightful, And then go back and look at your own accounts. Look at your own analytics. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all of them have analytics built into them. A lot of people don't know this. Take advantage of it. Look at it. You can see what time of day performs best for you. What type of post performs best for you and your specific client, or you and your specific company, I mean. And if you are not taking advantage of the tools that work for you and your business, your company, then you're going to lose compared to somebody else who does take a look at all of that. And just because a social media expert says that, you know, I'm just going to pull this out of my hat, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock in the afternoon are best. Well, that's for them, and based on their knowledge. For you, it might be Thursdays at 11 a.m. So figure out where is the best timing and what is the best materials to post based on your analytics. This one specific company, their most popular post after diving into their analytics was actually anytime they use an activity feeling. So it is, Heather Lyons eating at Iron Rooster, feeling happy. That emotion, that story that's built into that emotion connects with people, and they wouldn't have figured that out if on their own for their brand if they hadn't looked at their analytics and gone back and seen what had the most engagements, what had the most views, what rose to the top. And so to a certain degree, yes, look at what everybody else is doing. Try it. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, my point is every company, every individual is very different, even in one industry. So what might work for you and me might be completely
More about
different.
the individual's mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, I know some of you might just be on Facebook and not on anything else. I know some of you may shun social media altogether because you feel like it's a waste of time. I can tell you, from an expert point of view, it's not a waste of time if you're using it the right way to be yourself and to engage people. Because that small, comment to somebody who has said something on your post could lead to a $1 million contract in the future. It takes time. Relationship building. Next page I say, now tell me what to do. This is for you people who don't use social media or use it once, and maybe some pointers for those of you who use it all the time. Basic things that you can do to help build your social media. Choose 1 or 2 platforms to use for business on a daily basis. Which ones depend on your customers and your familiarity with the platform. So think about your customers. If you're trying to go for a younger audience, you might want to go for Twitter. It might be against what you normally do, or Instagram might be against what you normally do. But try it out and try to post on there once a day. If you're going for a slightly older audience, Facebook's not a bad idea. We're all hopefully on Facebook at this point. Number 2, update your profiles completely. This is rarely done, but the details in your profile are used for search purposes. A lot of people will touch their social media profile once when they create their account, and they never touch it again. What was it? The last meeting where I spoke about this topic at Lyons, there was a gentleman in there who said 8 years? He hadn't touched a social media profile in 8 years when he was in high school. I was like, if you don't go in once, twice a year, update it, add something to it, take something out. People nowadays are using social media as a search engine, not just Google. They're going to the Instagram search bar, they're going to the Facebook search bar, they're typing in something. And if you do not have an updated profile, in the case of, the young man who hadn't touched it in 8 years, he's not going to appear in a list of local mortgage bankers if he hasn't updated his profile to say that he is a mortgage banker. So my point is, go in, update, make some changes. That's something actionable to do, that you can do right now or today. I don't want you to do it right now while I'm talking.
Is there any benefit to having multiple Facebook pages? Like say, in the mortgage banker channel, like if you had specific search words you were trying to do and have that in your profile, is there any advantage to having multiple as opposed to having it all in one?
I wouldn't. I mean, yes and no. So if you have a personal and a business and you want to keep them separate, fine. I think having a personal and a business and having, different keywords in each one is fine. But I wouldn't manage multiple business related pages. It's going to take a lot of time. Instead, figure out creative ways to use your about descriptions and make sure your categories are listed. That's something else a lot of people don't do, is list their categories on any platforms. You'll eventually pop up. Keep using the platform, keep maintaining your posts and things like that. And eventually you'll start to appear more frequently in other people's
with the new
searches.
Algorithm, and I'm sorry, I'm asking questions,
Okay.
you can get back on the presentation if you want, but is there value to going down and liking and commenting and not, I mean, does it really do something? Does it
Yes. I noticed
do you
when
get more value for a heart than you do a like is it that specific?
you get more value, yes, it is. You get more values for hearts instead of thumbs up on Facebook. You get more value for a comment versus a heart versus a like. You get more value if you are using, I'm just going to say this, it kind of goes against what I said earlier, but you get more value for Facebook Live versus Facebook video or just video posts right now. So that is how detailed these algorithms will get.
The other thing is to know how severe that is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
John, be next.
Your pricing when you're actually doing Facebook ads is driven largely by likes. What people are responding to. They have
What I liked previously?
No, in other words, they have a scale that says people either really like this or didn't like it, based on comments and based on this and that. And the more they like it, the less expensive the ad is. That's how
Because it's a relevance number.
Yeah, that's how severely intent Facebook is on offering up stuff that people want to see when it comes to advertising.
Go ahead, John.
A lot of times I just try to keep it simple. Facebook's obviously trying to sell ads. Every 4th or 5th post is an ad.
Yep.
So what do they really want us to do? They want us to stay on there.
Yep.
So how do they get us to stay on there? Well, I've got like 2,000 friends, but I can't see them all, and not all of them can see me. So what ends up happening is I'll make a comment, and then every time somebody comments back or likes it back, I'll make sure to heart it.
Yep.
Because now I'm telling Facebook that we're buddies.
Yep.
So now Facebook's going to show John Maggio more to Matt. And then if I want to put a cherry on top, I'll send you a message through Facebook Messenger, and you'll never stop seeing my face again.
Yep.
I'm telling you. I mean, because Facebook wants to put you in front of the people that you interact with the most, so you stay on the longest.
Yeah.
So they're figuring Messenger then is like the highest
highest
standard
form of life.
by which
and-
you can communicate, you can connect those people.
And
in the
Facebook
relationship.
has actually admitted that their next frontier is Messenger.
Yeah.
They have said that they will be putting all of their efforts on social media moving forward into Messenger.
The phone and the video calls are excellent.
Yes.
But
So just thinking of
To get more credit, if we're gonna call someone and we're connected on Messenger, why not call them through Messenger?
Exactly.
Why not use Messenger video
Exactly.
to have your chat?
Yep.
Because you get credit.
Yep.
Just like sending somebody a personal note in real life, I mean, Facebook eats it up.
Yes,
Send
they
somebody
do.
a personal, like every, Sunday, I send it on my birthday. But that's me sending a message to every single person on my list. Now Facebook's like, hey, I'm gonna show John that person a little bit more.
Yep.
And then when I just go ahead and show my event or whatever on my free profile, more people see it.
Let's see. Go back on my list.
4.
4. Create a month's worth of calendar. Start with 1 pre-scheduled post per day, and then layer in more topical of the moment posts as they occur. This goes back to me saying, take 2 hours a month, create a bunch of content, schedule it, get it done. Then you've done your bare bones. You've done the, okay, I'm gonna at least be present if somebody goes searching for me. Now, if you want to take it another notch up, make sure you all have your platform apps on your phones. Facebook pages for businesses, they do have an app. Make sure it's on there. And when you're in situations like this, or if you're having a one-on-one, or if you're, out, I've seen pictures of John. He's gone crazy with the personal stuff. I love it. But, post more topical of the moment. This is happening right now. We are awesome. Photos and links. I read this article. It was fantastic. I gotta share it with everybody. Post all of that stuff as it occurs. So that way you're getting the bare bones and you're getting the organic posting stuff native through the application. Go ahead, John.
I just think that if you don't know what to post, just post yourself at work.
Yep.
People really like to see you working, especially your clients.
Yep.
They don't want to see you partying with their money while they're having a good time.
Yeah.
So that's why I do a lot of selfies at networking and always showing myself like a round and about, because it's really just about, oh, he must be working really hard, I don't mind giving him a little money.
Yeah.
Some other people, they're always posting, beers and lobsters and steaks. I don't think their clients are very happy seeing all that celebration when they're struggling.
Nope. Number 5, after your first full week or month, depending on how you feel, the more data you have, the more information you're going to have in order to make decisions that are relevant and trustworthy. Go to the platform's native analytics tool and look for trends. That's the easiest thing that you guys can do without really hiring somebody to dig deeper into your social media. Look for trends, see what you can spot, and then do it again. If you know that Tuesday at 4 o'clock, you're going to have a lot of engagement on one of your posts, make sure that you're putting your best content at Tuesday at 4 o'clock. And then be online at Tuesday at 4 o'clock so that you can respond to these people as they are posting and commenting. Then you're going to get your most value out of the post rising organically without spending money behind it. But then you're also going to lead, you're going to develop that relationship a lot more because most people are probably going to be online around Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So, did anybody have any specific questions about their own specific company that they want to talk about social media? I'm happy to do a little workshopping live as I'm walking around. Don't be shy. Go ahead, John.
You didn't mention anything about LinkedIn. Is that significant or not significant?
No. LinkedIn is a unique platform. I have a lot of fondness for LinkedIn. I do try to post there on a regular basis for my clients that are more B2B oriented or that are looking for more B2B. I will often post for them on a daily basis. LinkedIn is a much more B2B platform. If you're trying to go B2C, you're not going to see them all the time. You're not going to see the people that you want. A lot of HR people tend to use it a lot. I would say that it's a fantastic platform that has a lot of opportunities, and they have a lot of growing that they're doing, renewing their interest in their groups category. If you are a member of or have a LinkedIn group, go back in and check on it. You might be surprised at how many people are in your group. I checked in on one and there was like 4,000 people in there, and I was like, I haven't done anything with this group in like years. So if you're a member, you can often capitalize on those groups. Go ahead, John.
To Chuck, to your comment, basically after Facebook and Instagram, the social media platforms are extremely different.
Yep.
Some are like 80% women, some are
Yep.
80% men, some are 80% 35 and under,
More
some are
B2B
yeah, some are
versus
more
more
B2B.
consumer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I, like Heather said, you don't have to be on all of them. You just have to be on the ones that make sense.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why I'm telling you all, pick one or two.
Yeah.
Don't go crazy.
They're not
I'm on all
all
of
that
them.
make sense.
I'm on all of them, but I don't manage on a day-to-day basis for all of them.
So about 5 years ago, I decided I was going to see what it would take to own LinkedIn. In a sense that I wanted to be the top strategic planning person in the country.
Yeah. On LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I achieved it,
Wow.
So, you know, back then, of course, the platform keeps changing and the tricks that might have worked back then won't work now. But it took an immense amount of time and effort.
Yeah.
And I backed off that just because
You don't have the
I
time
have
and
a
the
real
effort.
life,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But if you pay attention to your analytics and you know the techniques,
Yeah.
you can
And
drive
there are
up
a
in
lot of
that
people
search.
out there. I think there's been. I haven't read anything for sure. I'm sure there's information out there, but there's a lot of people who have renewed interest in LinkedIn marketing, and there's a lot of new books and a lot of new gurus and what have you. And so I'm thinking that the techniques you probably use probably changed in the last year or two.
I'm sure they changed.
But yeah, it can be extremely successful. I really like to help people build their marketing and then push them off into the nest and let them work on it. So don't be afraid that if you work with me, you're going to be working with me forever. And I will always be here to help out.
Thank you, Heather.
Thanks, Heather.
Thank you.